Good morning, stamping friends. How is everyone doing today? It is hot, hot, hot here in Arizona. You've probably seen us on the news, and hot is hot. I feel like I should be baking outside. So that means more time in my stamp room. However, I do run outside and jump in the pool occasionally, but it is almost too hot to swim, if that makes sense. Our pool is like a hot tub now. So, oh boy, my window of comfort is about this big. It's either too cold or too hot. But anyway, it's definitely a conversation piece here in Arizona. Well, did you guys hear? I'm not sure if you saw on my Facebook pages, but Stampin' Up! Is having a catalog sale on all of the stamp sets in the annual catalog. So if you are interested in purchasing any, and we still have a lot of time left in this catalog, they are all 15% off. Now this is one day only, 24 hours on Wednesday, July 19th. So make sure you take advantage of that and don't forget to use my host code. Well, today I have a unique fun fold. It's been around for a while, but I've never made one before. So I made a little PDF for it to help you along, but I'm anxious to share it with you using one of my favorite sets from the annual catalog. So if you like this and don't have it already, you can get it on sale on Wednesday. So let me switch my camera quick and we will get started. Today's fun fold card is going to be made using the Zany Zoo stamp set, and I just love playing with this stamp set. It's just so fun with these adorable images. And what's nice about this is it has a coordinating designer series paper with even more animal images that are equally as cute. And then good old black and white goes with every color. So it's just been a very versatile stamp set to use. Now remember, these are going to be on sale. Actually, all stamp sets in the annual catalog will be 15% off on one day only, which is Wednesday, July 19th. So tomorrow, you're going to want to order this. Now the normal price for Zany Zoo is $26, and tomorrow it'll be on sale for $22.10. So every little bit helps with the sales. Now, the other paper we're going to use today is our Bright and Beautiful 6x6 Designer Series paper, and I love pairing this with Zany Zoo because the colors are so bright and fun, and it's just going to be easy to work with a stamp set with this paper as well. Now, when we're done with this, if you head over to my blog, I'm going to have this PDF for you because this kind of helps you with the measurements where we're going to cut and score. This is called an angled gatefold card, and it's really cute. It's definitely worth it. And once you make one, you can easily do these assembly line style. So let's get started with that. We're going to make our card base Bubble Bath Pink, or just called Bubble Bath, but it's our new pink, and it's just a really nice baby pink, and I love working with this. A lot of our papers match this. The next thing we want to do is take a pencil, and we are going to mark 1.5 inches down from the top on the left side and the right. So let's do the left first, and we also want to go 1 inch on the bottom. And what we're doing is we're making our little marking for where we are going to be cutting out. And then let's do the same over here. 1 inch, and then 1.5 inches down. All right, now the next thing we're gonna do is take our paper trimmer, and before I was online, or before I came online, I made 2 score lines down here. This piece of paper is 5.5 inches by 11 inches, which means you're only going to get one card out of one piece of cardstock, but it's well worth it. It's a little bit oversized, and because of the fancy fold, it takes a little bit more cardstock. And what I did was I scored already at 3 3/8 and 7 5/8 on the long side. And like I said, this will all be written out on my PDF that I'll post. All right, so I think I'm going to go ahead and fold these just because you can see where the line is a little bit better for when we cut. Use your bone folder to make a crisp edge. Make sure your sides are lined up. There we go. All right, so let's start with this one. We're going to put one of the points we're going to want to line it up in the divot here. By the way, you can see mine is kind of, I have some paper stuck in there. The reason that happens is when you cut teeny tiny pieces, sometimes they get stuck in there. So all you do is take your pick tool, and you can kind of get them out that way. So once in a while I go through this and I just kind of rub it in there and make that pathway clear, because I have fuzz balls in there too. All right, so we're going to start with that score line, and that's going to be in the divot here, the little track, and the other one's going to go where that dot is. So right here and here. You might want to hold one side while you get the other. lined up. That looks good. Cut there. We're going to do the same thing, use that same dot, and the other one's down here at that 1 inch mark. So put it like that. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. The score line and the dot. And one more time here. And this is probably the hardest part. It just takes a little bit of time to make your dots. Okay, so set your card base aside, and now we're going to make the front of them have some designer series paper. These are the two prints that I chose. This one kind of has a little bit of the fresh freesia and the bubble bath pink here, and then this one is going to brighten it up, and you can see both of these colors are included here. Now, the way we're going to do this is I'm going to cut them out together so that they're symmetrical, and I'm only going to mark one of them because I am cutting them out together to make sure they're symmetrical, as I said. But what you're going to do is take your pencil again, but before that you need to know which side is going to go where. So for instance, if I don't have it lined up right, I might end up with this one cut right, but this one I may have the other way, and I don't want that side, I want this side. So you have to make sure that this one is going that direction, this one is going that direction. And the way that you can guarantee that that's going to happen is you put the wrong sides together, or the right sides should be on the outside. So put them together. This means this side is going to show forward and this side is going to show forward. So let's get our ruler and our pencil again. This time we're going to cut this piece out to 5 1/4 by 3 1/8. And then we're going to go down 1 1/2 inches again. So make another dot there. And then we're going to go 1 inch at the bottom again. It's going to coordinate well with this, with the paper that we had before, because it's just cut a tiny bit smaller. Now, make sure they're lined up and don't move them. We're going to take, let me go this way. We're going to put this corner in that little track there and the dot in the other. And when you have a corner like this, I'm going to go, sometimes when I start at the bottom and go up, it'll kind of snag there. So I'm going to go from top to bottom this time. You might want to do it a couple times because it's 2 pieces of paper thick. And now we're going to do the same thing, that corner along with this dot. Let me get this straightened out again. So that corner and the dot we just made, and I'm going to go from top to bottom again. Make sure you don't accidentally use your scoring one. The dark one is actually the blade. We've all mixed up that before, haven't we? Oh, I hate that. I go to score a card and I cut it in half. All right, now I'll show you what I mean. Do you see how they're opposite? So one of these is going to go on this side like that, and the other one is going to go this side like this. Okay, so it doesn't really matter which one we go. I'm going to use my multi-purpose liquid glue because I want to make sure that I get the glue down to the edges. If it gets stuck a little bit in there, which it does, I accidentally lost my lid to this, so it's open all the time. So I usually have to do this till this one's empty. All right, so let's go like this. And just line it up as best as you can. If it's off a little bit, you can always go back and trim it down a little bit. And then let's do the same for this one. Do you see what I mean? When you put the good side out when you're cutting them, that will ensure that you have the right sides going the right way. And then as far as the flap goes, it doesn't matter if you go left over right or right over left, whichever one you want to show more. I could go either way here. I'm going to have it go this way because I want more color to show. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is I just want to get this card shut. So I am going to use the ribbon that came in a combo pack, and it's called the 3/8 inch sheer ribbon combo pack. Let me show you really quick in the catalog. It comes with 3 colors. It's Bubble Bath, Lemon Lolly, and Azure Afternoon. And so that's where I got the Bubble Bath pink from. And then what we're going to do is just tie it so it stays shut. And it almost is like a belly band that we're going to make here. You could actually make a belly band, but I thought it would be cute to dress it up with a ribbon. And I usually tie my ribbons by leaving it on the spool. You don't waste as much. And this one's really pretty because it has a little bit of a gold or silver edge on it. Whoops, okay. Now, I'm going to show you another little trick that you can use, because sometimes it's hard to keep it tight while you're tying because you need about 2 more pairs of hands. So use our really strong tweezer and it'll hold so you can work with both hands. I have some glue on my finger, that's why it's not cooperating. It's wanting to stick to my finger. See right here. All right, then you can take that out, pull it nice and tight. And let me straighten these loops so they're about the same distance, or same size, I should say. All right, then we're going to go ahead and trim one of the other sides here. All right, now it'll stay shut while we're working with it. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is we like to put a base piece on the back here. So I'm going to take basic white and cut it to 5 1/4 by 4 inch. And we'll just adhere that to the center of it and be done with that part of it. You'll see a little bit of the white peeking out. All right, now let's design a little bit more on the front. Isn't that a fun fold? I guess, well, I was gonna say we can put this on again. It just helps it so it stays shut. And to do that, just kind of bend your card forward to make it a little bit smaller, and it's easier to put that back on. All right, let's set that aside. And the next thing we are going to do is the focal point of the card. So I took the stitched shapes or stylish shapes, and it's nice because it has that little stitching around there. And let me see what size this is. I think it's the second to largest, which is about 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 inches. All right, now the little critter that I cut out is the koala bear. Isn't he cute? Now this one does not have a die, but we do have a die set for many of the images, but this one happens to not have one. But before we put him on there, we're going to make him do something kind of fun. He is going to be walking on a tightrope. So what we'll do for this is our black baker's twine, and I'm going to take a glue dot, and what I want to do is this glue dot, I don't want too much showing because I want it to be hidden underneath this tiny baker's twine. So just kind of roll it up in a ball and then just stick it where you want, which will be right here. And I'm going to place this right at the bottom here. Now, the other sides, we're going to need our Stampin' Seal. And we'll just put a little bit on both sides because we need this to catch somewhere. There we go. All right, now we want it to be going up like this. So it looks like a tightrope, but because he's going to be on it, he's going to be making it go down a little bit because he's standing on it. You know what I mean? All right, now we are going to place him on here. A little bit too much is showing of that glue dot that I don't want to. You could try the multi-purpose liquid glue, but it takes a little bit longer to dry. So I think this will work though. All right, now we're going to place him on here, but because he's kind of losing his balance a little bit, I'm going to make him tip rather than go like that. So we're only going to have 1 foot on here. I maybe should have put it over a little bit like that. All right, let's grab some dimensionals. Whoops. And then we can place him on the front. I wonder which way he should go. I guess it doesn't matter, but I really want him to be off balance. All right, now let's get the card front, and we're just going to place him on here, kind of in the center, and we're going to pop it up, but we only want the adhesive to be on the left side of this, because when you take the ribbon off, you don't want it to be taped shut. So you're going to have to hike over our bow a little bit. And then let's put 3 more dimensionals on the back here. I put it over that tape that keeps catching my fingers here. You guys, I never talked about my weather yet. It's between 118 and 120 now here in Arizona. Can you believe that? Okay, one thing that's happening I can see is that the tightrope is wanting to fall down. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of Scotch tape. I don't really need it double on both sides, but I want it to stay up towards the top. So I'm just going to help it by putting some tape there. Now that'll stay up. Same with this one. See how it's kind of falling down? So let's take some Scotch tape on the back of here and do the same thing. So it goes a little bit higher. There we go. Okay, that'll be good. Now let's place it on here. And remember, we do want it to mainly go on this side. So make sure when you put your dimensionals, they're not over here. And I'm going to lower this just a little bit. This part is just preference where you like to place it. You can go high, you can go low, wherever you want. So I'm going to go right about here. I don't want to go in the middle because, like I said, I just want the tape on this side of it. All right, the last thing we're going to do is there's a cute little banner die that goes with this. I like it because it's a little bit wider so you can get kind of a bigger image in there. And what we're going to do is cut this at an angle and make it go up here. Now what I want to do is put it as high as I can because the stamp I'm going to use barely fits on this. So we're just going to make just a little dot. Let's see, first let's stamp it to make sure that we get the whole birthday sentiment in here. So I'm just taking Memento Black and happy birthday to you. And when you stamp this, aim as low as you can because we're going to cut the top part off. So just go low on this banner like that. Now we are going to place it up here and we want to go kind of high. And we're going to go in line with the bubble bath. So just make sure this is going vertical, straight, and I'll make a little dot here and a little dot there, then it will follow that angle. You can use your paper trimmer, but this one is not going to be hard to cut just because I made the dots where it goes like that. And then we'll put it like that, and we will put dimensionals on here. I think I can get by with the mini ones for this one. Actually, I think I'll use the larger ones. All right, we are almost done. And then if you want, you can put a sentiment in the inside. And I just got to turn this up so I can make sure that I get it straight. And then I'll turn it down again. Whoops, I'm gonna go a little bit more to the left. It's so hard when you do this at an angle. There we go. All right, so then for the inside, grab my stamp set. I would probably put this, I guess we can finish it off. We'll do, oh, I glued that on. Actually, we'll have to pretend. I'm thinking I could slide it out. That's another thing you could do, put a tab on here and just have it slide out. But since I glued it in, I'll just tell you what I would do. I would do something great to celebrate you and maybe add some little graffiti or, you know, confetti down here. So that's how I'd finish this one off. So isn't he cute, our little tightrope walker? Remember, this is on sale. Also, remember, if you see any products and you order, especially tomorrow, if your order is over $50, you will receive a Stampin' Up! Thank you card in the mail along with a small gift from me. It is Stampin' Up! Product. And then also, if you use the host code, then you will qualify for that little package. Reminder, my online card club, the July class is past, but if you want to sign up for August, I'm taking registrations now for that. This is a recurring payment and you'll get 8 cards in the mail along with $20 in product. And it's only $38 a month. It's revolving. You can stop and start whenever you want. So I'll have more details and the link on my blog and on my Facebook page. Don't forget, I have the cruise coming up in 2025. If you haven't heard about it yet, be sure to visit my Facebook page. This is for people that have already signed up, or if you're just curious about it and you want to see, you know, what's going on, what are the deadlines, just any information on that. I welcome you to join that Facebook page, and I will also put that link. All right, thank you guys so much, and you guys have a great rest of your week. Stay cool, and we will see you next Tuesday morning, 9 o'clock a.m. Arizona time. Bye-bye.